Hello and welcome to another beautiful tutorial of 3D Studio Max, and I will tell you how to do this within 10 minutes. So let's get started. We will create a cylinder for the pole. Pole is very important. Without the pole the cloth will not simulate. And let's give it a height of 500 units with 3 units of radius. And in the front viewport I will draw a rectangle which is gonna be a flag. Let's make two flags, okay? One with rectangle and one with plane. So I'm gonna hide this plane for the time being, and I will use the garment maker first of all on this rectangle, and after that this density is very important, so this is 0.099. I'm going to use the 0.1 and apply the cloth modifier on it, and then select these vertices, make a group because they will hang with this pole, and then select the cylinder. After that I'm gonna go into the properties of the cloth. Let's declare it as a cloth and select silk. For the first time I'm gonna select silk, either cotton or we can use this stretch cotton, but let's start with the silk. And then after that we're gonna simulate local. So the silk is performing well, and now for this tutorial I need a force of wind. So in the forces I'm going to create a wind and rotate in the direction of the wind, and after that I need to include this wind into the cloth forces and simulate again. So this wind is not performing well, okay? So let's increase the strength of the wind up to 10 and then simulate again, and this is not enough for this cloth. Let's reset the state and move it a little bit upwards and simulate local again, and it's not giving it a proper shearing or the waves we need. So let's reduce this unit. We need to increase the value of this centimeter per unit. Let's do it 0.5. Carefully use this value because it's gonna deform your cloth, or it's gonna give you artifacts of the clothes, okay? Let's simulate local again, and now the wind is giving the proper animation to this cloth, okay, as you can see. So when it's done, or if you are satisfied with it, one more thing can also increase the animation beauty in your animation is the gravity. If you can reduce the value with 550 instead of negative 980 and simulate again, the flag is gonna move in a better way. This direction of the wind really affects the shape of the flag, okay? So it's up to you how long or how much you want. After creating the simulation, this is a test simulation. Finally what we need to do is to set the animation. Stop the simulation local and set your length of the animation, whatever you want, or the frame per second your system. And after that you need to press this simulate local simulate button. The progress bar will show you the animation process, and now the animation is complete. All right, finally you need to include the shell modifier to this cloth to just add some thickness into this, as you can see here, and we can reduce the thickness, and at the end we need to apply that turbo smooth modifier if you want it. If you don't want it, you can leave it, but this animation is from the garment maker, okay? This is the difference. Now I'm gonna hide this this flag and unhide the plane. which has already been created. Let's with the value start with the value of 200 and 300. Okay, and with this plane I need to show you the actually the difference between the two methods. Let's give it the segments of 60 and 60. Okay, and then apply the cloth modifier to this plane. The same method will be used. I need to include these vertices as a group and bind them with the node, and finally add I'm gonna use the silk type of cloth, then simulate local. Okay, once again this value does play an important role, so I'm going to increase the value with 0.5 and simulate again. And here you can see the animation has started. The waves are good. This is the difference between the garment maker and the plane. Okay, and now we need to include this wind force into this cloth and simulate local. And now you can see the waves are going good. You can change the direction of the wind as well. The value of gravity is 550, negative 550, as it was given in the other method. So now I'm gonna increase the value of wind up to 15 and then simulate again, and it's giving me a better result. And finally, this is the artifact which I had been waiting for. This value is very important in this regard. So I need to reduce this value to 0.35 and then simulate again. Let it go, and then we shall get the initial state of the flag. I'm going to crank it up to 25 and then see. And what is important is the self collision of the cloth, which is important. So let's add this one with self collision with the value of 2, and then simulate again. This simulation is gonna get slow a little bit because the cloth is now calculating this self collision as well. This is happening again. So during the simulation it also happens with the garment maker. So for this method I'm going to use now instead of silk I'm going to use the cotton preset, and then simulate local again and see the impact of this. The type of the cotton does change the animation parameters, and now I can increase this centimeter per unit value because this is this cotton cloth, this is not silk. I'm going to crank it up to 0.6 and simulate again, and here you can see. Let's reset it again. The cloth, the cotton type of the cloth is a little bit thick instead of the silk. So let's complete it the one cycle of the simulation. So this corner should go up. So this calculation does really affect your computer, your processor, and the processing power of your processor. I'm gonna reset this, and now I'm going to use this simulate local damped. This will not include the gravity of the simulation, but it's going to create the first initial stage of your simulation. Now I'm going to stop this and simulate local. You can see the gravity is affecting it. So if we reduce the value of gravity, but let's crank it up to 1.0 and then simulate again and reduce the rotation of our wind a little bit downwards. The waves are getting better, but the final shape of the animation does really matter for us. So let's start with the stretch cloth and then see what the results are. Similar to local temp, right? And now I'm gonna simulate it local, right? Here the direction of the wind is downwards just to create a better waves, and the strength of the wind is quite much. So I'm gonna rotate the wind a little bit upwards. These waves are now getting better in the final. Let's reduce the strength up to 10. And finally, I'm gonna increase the value of gravity. And then simulate again. So because I need some gravity over here. And now it's getting better. So this stage of the flag is set to be initial, and then finally I'm gonna simulate this. And before simulation you can add this self collision as well if you require that. You can apply the turbo smooth modifier if you want that, but that is the difference between the two flags. Now I'm gonna unhide the rectangle and place it right here, both of the flags together. You can see the final result of the flags. That's the difference of the with the plane and with the rectangle. All right, subscribe, like and share, and thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Thank you.